school.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Under roll call, we have Councilor Manzer, Councilor Tudor, Councilor Gerber, Deputy Warden Ross. We have Executive Assistant Taylor. We have CAO Jeff. We have Manager of Corporate Services Cora Lee and Manager of Municipal Services Tyler. I do that, Tyler. And always the last, and Linda is here as the warden. I'm saying that, I'd like us all to pause to speak right. And now we will go to the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions?
A motion to.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, hearing none.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Now the minutes of December the 12th. Is there any errors or omissions?
Motion to approve the minutes of December 12th, 2023.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. There's no presentation or delegation this evening. Our next is the unfinished business from the minutes of December the 12th. Has anyone got anything they need to bring up or wish to bring up from those minutes? Okay. Hearing none, we will continue. CAO report. You notice the CAO report meeting schedule is January 16th. We have a joint council meeting. That's next week at 5:30 p.m. Just remember, it's a different time. January 23rd is 5 p.m. January the 30th, there is no meeting. January the 6th at 5 is TIR. At 6 is bylaw and policy. On February 13th at 5 p.m., there's a committee of the whole meeting. And February the 20th, there is no meeting. And February 27th, there is a council meeting. Any problems or concerns from member states? Then there was the CAO update. Was there any questions or concerns from the CAO update? Go ahead, Jeff.
If I could, I just wanted to highlight one of the, obviously, these committee of the whole reports are a bit shorter, where we just had committee of the whole in December in these ones. But earlier this month, the Coastal Protection Act, the minister was asked for an update. Nothing has been provided to municipalities, but in the media, he indicated that this government is not ready to commit to that passing before the next provincial election. There you go. So it's not saying it won't, but this was another variable that was introduced that we just don't know quite where that file was going after thinking we understood very clearly.
Yeah.
So just an update for all of you, because I know some of you have residents that ask a fair bit about that file. So it doesn't seem like it's moving forward quickly.
It's funny, no one says a word down where I'm from because laws and rules don't exist.
What do you mean with laws?
Departmental report. Does anyone get any questions or comments on the report?
I'll make a motion to approve the department reports.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Just remind you about the tentative tax sale date will be coming on in March. And our properties were down in numbers, I thought. I know they were up in numbers for what we were sending out, but I thought it was sort of
The same once the
but the numbers were down for the numbers going for sale. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Now, under dangerously and unsightly premises, there is none. Under business items, request for tax sale reduction, that came from Nicole. She is asking for the property that has been up for sale since 2012, and she's asking it to be reduced to $1.
How wide is that piece of property? I saw the 6,000 feet is.
It's very thin, and yeah, if you saw the mapping, and this property has been for sale for a number of years.
It's only good for the people that
Who live next, who are next to it, and then even then.
And that's it, and that's, the issue is, when we dropped our price originally, the amount of fees this is gonna take to deal with a lawyer and register it on top of what so we're still not 100% convinced that dropping it to $1 is going to make it fly off the shelf, because there's a number of fees that, but yes, we're trying to make it more enticing for one of the adjacent property owners. That's the only thing that really makes.
How many property owners butts up against it?
Four by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think 4 total. The first 2, I believe, have expressed some interest, or the primary 2.
The ones up there?
But yeah, there's one up on the top and then a bigger one in back. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, how does council feel?
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
go with
Think
that.
we have
Okay.
experts.
So, can we, have a motion to accept the recommendation for,
We're gonna take Nicole's recommendation for the property
AAM,
AAN number 104-08601, WF Marshall, Church Road, Barrier. We offered for minimum bid of $1 plus additional fees.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next is engage Nova Scotia proposal, and that was a few pages. It's talking.
So it's a lot of pages. I think I can summarize this one. So I think a number of you have seen Danny Graham present on
Yeah.
Engage Nova Scotia. So their work is interesting. Units are trying to learn how to use it. So they're getting ready to do their next wave of surveys, and they're approaching municipal units to see if you would contribute financially, and they will help. That will provide kind of some of the greater information on your area. So they're looking for, it's 50 cents a resident
Okay, yes, towards the cost, yeah.
towards the cost. So our cost is between $3,500 and $4,000.
So I thought our numbers were up over 8,000 now.
It depends on what they use.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of it. That's why
Okay.
it's not an exact number. It is a neat, for those of you that have seen the presentations, like it is a neat tool.
yeah.
We don't know exactly how to use it. Units are still exploring. That's why they're doing so many road shows or these kind of engagements.
Useful for
We
housing.
have nothing else that gathers this information for us. If we go down just a
That's a
little
good deal.
Yeah, we should take.
Yeah, that's a real good deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
keep going.
There's a lot of data.
Yeah, we don't need to go through the whole,
Yeah,
I don't know which
I
slide
found
it's
that
on.
interesting,
It gathers a lot of quality of life data that is very interesting.
I would love to have what.
And this is
what
just a
came right now.
snapshot. I mean, you get into it. I've seen
Oh,
some
the
where
drop
it's-
down, you can go
there's
quite
a lot of
deep.
information.
And that's it. It'll be learning to use the tool will be one part of it, but I think showing our support and participating would be, I think, when we look at the next kind of 4 years out or a 5-year window, this kind of survey for that kind of
That's cheap money for
expense.
getting that kind of.
That's it,
information.
right? That's mine.
And if the Tories get back in,
Whoa.
the
Angela's had her hand up.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think that the next survey is even gonna be more useful, because this was 2019, and it was one of the best, or the most responses, I don't know, in North America, because I actually got a book from somebody in the US that had this survey mentioned, because it, it covered so many people in the area. And I've been to a lot of the sessions with Danny Graham, because I was attending some of the workshops there, and it does have a lot of information, and I think that the next survey is gonna show us so much, because that's post-COVID. This is pre-COVID and then post-COVID, because it's all about quality of life, and it breaks it down, now by postal code and stuff of how many people responded, and so I think it's very important for them.
Okay, I want David and then Jeff.
looks like the Tories might get back in. The last time they were in, Harper sort of put the kibosh on the long form census, so this sort of information was really hard to find for quite a few years, remember that? I think this is a great idea, and wow, gee.
Jeff?
So if we do move to the point where we're entertaining a motion, I would just have a suggestion on the request is 50 cents per resident. So if the
That's what that
motion sticks
motion
to
is,
that,
yeah.
then we've got flexibility for what population number. Like I say, the range is 3,500 to 4,000, but for the motion, if you could just do the 50
Yeah.
cents.
I'll make a motion that we, do 50 cents per person on the, survey for engagement solution.
I love info like this.
Any other comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Highway 101, go ahead, Matthew.
I just wanted to ask you, Warden, if we could have a, you can send a letter out to, our MLA, Joe Walter, to have a meeting about the 101. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
We've had that conversation today with our federal counterpart,
With council?
the council.
Yep.
I'd like to have a meeting about the
So
101.
just make it a motion, Matthew,
I'd
please.
just like to make a motion to send a letter to Jill Balzer, our MLA, for a meeting on the 101.
And is there a seconder to that? I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, and we will work to whatever time she has available for us. I agree with you, it's very important with what's been going on.
Thank you.
And now the 211 request. And this came in on to me. She's a communication and marketing for 211, and she's reaching out to see if it would be possible to light local landmarks red in honor of 211 Day, February the 11th. Raising awareness about 211 services across Canada. I don't know what our local landmarks would even be.
So if I could, there's challenges with the lighting between the local landmarks or even this building. We've done that in the past, and even that has created challenges. My suggestion, if council is open to it, would be we could certainly create a social media post that day, recognizing it. I would suggest we can make the post red and provide that kind of background, and even link to 211 and push that on our Facebook page as a way of showing support. 211 is a great service. It's just lighting the landmarks is a real challenge.
Oh, that's what I mean.
it would be.
That was my concern. The other thing is, which would be a good idea, is just to put a little thing in our coastline about 211 again, just to remind people.
And maybe tell this lady to send her a letter in response saying what we will be doing.
Oh, certainly. So make that a motion, please.
So moved.
Have you got that, Neil?
Second.
Because what we are moving is that we will be doing a book, a presentation, and we will be putting something in our coastline. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is the budget audit schedule, and
Let's see right here.
this is the one that goes all the way up to July the 16th, which overwhelmingly,
No meeting.
which overwhelmingly,
Big place.
So for this,
actually July 30th, sorry.
we don't need to go through the whole thing. We do this exercise. What I would say is, so over the next couple of weeks, Taylor will gradually be sending out the invites kind of a month at a time for you to accept. What we ask is, in the printed copy, you take a look and look at your personal calendars. The days that are quite obviously important have more items than others.
Yeah.
If you see a conflict on any of those days, please let us know. You can shoot us an email. You can let us know.
Make this up.
Some of those. This is a tool we've been using as kind of management team to plan the meetings behind the scenes. I think we started using it last year, the year before, to plan the audit schedule, so you guys could kind of see what we have planned. Everything's pretty standard, I think, except for April 3rd at 3 p.m. Is that right? April 2nd?
April 2nd.
April 2nd, now it's close. April 2nd, that's the afternoon. We start at 3. A lot of fun.
The big one.
It's the big one.
As long as it wasn't April 1st, I'm happy.
There,
Because that's my mom's 103rd birthday.
There.
waste check.
So yeah, there's no motion needed on that, it's just, please take a look through, if you have travel plans, check it, I know it goes way out, we have planned, we're aware of a potential challenge with,
The FCM.
FCM.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that when we get a little closer, I think the rest of the conferences that we're aware of should work okay.
Yeah, it would be the committee of the whole, I think.
Yeah, that's the FCM, we can talk about that in the future.
Yeah.
That's it on that one?
Okay, I want to thank you, I think it was well done, and I really, when I looked at it the other day, I thought, this is perfect, I like it. So thank you. Earth Day. Now, again, Earth Day is, they're joining the movement of mobilization of municipalities. I again got an email on this. What I am going to ask council is what ran through my mind is the theme is sustainable mobility be highlighted, but I'm thinking, why couldn't we ask everybody on April 22nd from our coastline, if possible, would they clean out their ditches in front of their properties, and if they know their neighbors couldn't, their neighbors? Can you picture the sustainability of just cleaning up that mess? That's how I'm looking at it, as the sustainable, get rid of. What does council think of something like that? It's a no cost, but if everybody can participate, well, possible.
Garbage pickup, would waste check be notified that could be notified?
Well, yeah, but all we would be doing is asking people to, whether they put an extra clear bag out, our garbage contractors will know this. So there won't be any concern.
I was gonna mention, advertised on the municipal website, if people wanted to sign up to a link, like we usually have food store to do beet sweeps and roadside sweeps, and have it linked to waste check that, on April 22nd, they could come, if they could sign up on the website, their group or their whatever, and they could come pick up all their supplies here, the gloves,
If groups did it, like, I'm just hoping.
But I like your idea, because if everybody did go out in front of their property and picked up the trash, it would probably be a lot more than a group going and doing a kilometer here and a kilometer there. So
Oh, yeah.
you kind of, yeah, your idea is better than mine.
And I'll be honest, it happened out west, probably pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten how much litter they got.
Yeah.
And theirs was not with Earth Day, but they had done it with something else. I'd read it in one of the municipal magazines, probably about 4 years ago now, and I thought, that's a fantastic idea.
But could we also, just because people don't want to pick up other people's garbage in front of their lawn, because that's what it is, maybe we could still say, we want, like, maybe get some supplies from waste check here. If people want to do it, they could pick up some gloves and stuff for here.
Would that be?
People don't always want to.
Can you get, we might just need to check that one with
Yeah.
waste check, we
Yeah.
look into,
Yeah.
we can look into both,
Or
like,
asking
I
maybe
think the
we
first
offer
part,
some free
but
bags and some gloves,
Yeah.
that's all.
yeah, and even to go with the original post, if we said we had some supplies, so let us check
Yeah.
both kind of with
Yeah,
waste check,
but-
and we'll get back to
Because
you.
I'm just, like, for me, I personally wouldn't, I could grab a bag, well, actually, I do it anyway, when I go for my walks.
Yeah.
The babe, I call my grandson the baby, even though he's 4 now. He'll say, Grandmommy, there's hillbillies here, isn't there? Because that's what I say.
Don't call me names, is that what you said?
Well, because that's what we want, we don't want to be derogatory, you know, and he says, why don't they go to jail? And I said, I don't know, babes, but it would be a good idea, because he said, that's what hillbillies would do, just throw things away, like out on the road. I mean, because we're
waste.
yeah, but we're known as hillbillies because we live over the mountains. So it's not meant to be, it's just our say, it's better than saying jerks or other words, you know?
I stick with Fraggles.
Yeah, he likes that. But, yeah, and I'll tell you, he's right on. I mean, you know, except I make him have his mittens on for picking up certain things.
Maybe people want gloves.
Yeah. So, okay, so then we will look at at least trying to do the cleanup, but we'll look into further to see what can be done at your angle. Okay, next we have the Tyview Terrace letter, and that came from two residents, and their concern is what is the state of affairs and what's being spent on travel nurses, what could be spent on nursing homes.
Forwarded to the Department of
Yeah.
Administration.
The other thing though with nursing homes, they have a criteria on how many residents to how many people. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know that.
Same as hospital. Maybe, I mean, I sent it along to even MLA as well. I understand their feelings and I agree with what they're saying.
Have you read a letter in echo of this position?
See, the problem is, we, right now, and I agree, that the thing is, travel nurses get 3 times the salary as a regular nurse in this province.
So everybody in the province is gonna quit to go become travel nurses. That's what I do.
Well, a lot of people have.
Well, it seems so bizarre, what a backwards, long-term, plan.
But the only thing we can say is we would like to see if money can be saved or used, that it should be looked at nursing homes, that we want proper care for our seniors in nursing homes. I mean, I think that's the kind of letter that we could send, yes.
So those are all fantastic ideas, and like I say, you guys can discuss that. My suggestion was going to be that we perhaps, because they have forwarded this to a number of people, that we at least write Maxine and Lorraine back to kind of as a thank you for taking their time to put that together and sending that out and saying that we understand their concerns or agree, and offer just our support and thanks, and maybe say if there is something we can do, or let us know, or stay in touch. Just like there was a fair bit of effort that went into the letter, and the amount of people that's been sent to, right? So I think we can send 2 letters if council wants, but I think sending one back to the authors that makes them understand
I automatically
we have
expect to be able to do that.
seen it.
So first, yes, I think we need a motion to send back to the 2 persons that sent the letter, Maxine and Connell and Lorraine Marshall. And all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next, I think, yeah, you're right. I think we should have some sort of letter, maybe onto these same people that were sent to with the CCs.
Do you agree with the letter?
That we understand health care is under duress, and, the cost.
We can also commit to bring it up at our next meeting with the MLA.
Yep.
And maybe put that in the letter.
Yep, can do that. But I'm just saying that we could send a letter saying that we know that the healthcare system is under duress, but we are concerned that long-term care does need proper coverage.
Make that motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Under correspondence acceptance, information, we have the pension acceptance letter, so that has been accepted. So our pension's going through.
And just to give you guys an update, we're aiming for a June 1st switchover date. That was the earliest date they had available, June 1st. So we're going to try to wind up our current plan May 31st, switch to the new one June 1st.
Okay.
Is there a lot involved?
Yeah, there is. It'll be done, but it will be the best thing for school chiefs.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Good for the staff. The next was the email regarding the MD Buffy Rose, of course, that it is staying, and that the MPs were very much in favor of it staying and not being moved.
That was insane that it was even floated. It does. It reminds me of like I said, what happened in my school with the French teacher. Thank you
And-
for someone reporting.
And the last was a thank you letter from the Everett Digby Library and Historic Society.
Very nice letter indeed.
Very, very good, historic supportive. There's no in camera,
Very
so
fun.
we
Oh, sorry.
have adjournment of the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carries.